Hello everyone, welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith and today we're playing through Legacy of Dragonholt. In the last video, I asked you guys to vote in the top right hand corner and you did just that. And I've got enough entries to continue our journey and move along. We have chosen, out of 5129, which was our last entry, to actually climb the cliff face. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use an activation rune token here. We're going to flip this over. Shirag is going to be doing this decision, leading the way for the entry 4055. So we're going to just note that down here. Starting a new section, 4055. I cannot wait to find out what is going to happen. Hopefully it is not bad. Alright, you scramble up the cliff face, relying on the trees that cling to the cracks in the rock for handholds. This proves unwise, as not all the trees are anchored securely enough to bear your weight. You find yourself dangling from your fingertips above a steep drop. You each lose 2 stamina unless you have the athletics skill. Ah, no, this is not what I wanted. Do I have athletics? Okay, Shirag does have athletics, so she's okay, no stamina loss there. I'm pretty sure that our character Haggis here does not have athletics, so we lose another 2 stamina, and Haggis is getting ever so close to having to exhaust actual skills, down to 3. Not good. Let's press on and see if anything else changes here. Miriam isn't making things any easier either. Despite Braxton's efforts, I'll be fine, she huffs. I'm not the only one here who needs help, she says with a nod at you. In fairness to the gnome, she's not dangling from her fingertips. Braxton makes her way over to you and helps you regain your footing. Test each toehold before you put weight on it, she says. You resume your climb, but you hear shouting below you. The bandits have reached the bottom of the cliff. They immediately begin pelting you with arrows and stones, making the rest of the climb a nightmare. You each lose 3 stamina unless you have agility skill. Oh my goodness, this is getting crazy. Okay, do I have the agility skill? I don't have the agility skill, but I do have 3 stamina. So that's going to knock all of my stamina off. So thankfully, I don't have to knock any other skills off because of the fact that I did have enough stamina to handle that. Do I have agility with Shirag? I don't. So that would be another 2 knocked off from Shirag. This is really bad. I can't believe how bad this is actually panning out for us. So this is going to drop us down to 8, but hopefully this gets us away from those bandits who are absolutely trying to take us down. One thing I want to do here really quick is it says right here, if your current stamina drops to 0, one of your skills will be disabled and you will recover 1 stamina. A disabled skill cannot be used until an effect allows you to recover that skill. So I actually have to, based on the rule book, I have to actually lose a skill, because when your stamina becomes 0, you technically couldn't continue on if you don't have any stamina. So I have to disable a skill, and then I'll gain 1 stamina back. Ugh, not good. So Haggis Coldfoot, what are you going to disable? Well, I can see willpower, endurance, dueling, survival, persuasion, and awareness are probably the 2. I like awareness though, because awareness is kind of like you're keen into things, you're going to pick up on things that others won't. Persuasion, I don't know if I need that one as much. Craftsman, I like Craftsman, so I'm going to disable persuasion. Oh, this is tough, because persuasion could really come in handy in the town too, like in terms of prices on things. Oh, this all could come in really, really handy. So what do we have across the 2 of us that we're sharing? Reasoning, runes, streetwise, history, devote, nothing. I made this very, very different. My characters are very different from each other, Haggis and Shirag. So I'm going to probably have... Oh, this is tough. I really want to say awareness is going to go, but it might have to be Craftsman. It might have to be Craftsman. Oh, it's going to suck because I don't know what things are going to be like in town when we get in town. I really don't know what interesting things will happen there. And I feel like persuasion and craftsman are going to be really key in the town area. It just sucks to have to let one of those go, but I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to go ahead and choose. Oh, this is so tough. Sorry, guys. I have to actually figure out one to get rid of here. Or at least just disable. It's not gone forever. Regardless, we'll be getting back 1 stamina once we disable this. Persuasion. I think persuasion has to be the one. This is going to save us gold. I guarantee it. Awareness. It's going to probably get us out of some jams. Craftsman is going to be Something to do with items, most likely. Let's get rid of awareness. And just hope that that doesn't kick us in the butt. Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one to call. Okay, so we're going to continue on. We're at 4055. We still haven't continued yet, so let's go. Finally, you make it to the top, gasping for breath. You are safe from the bandits' arrows up here, but the bandits have already begun to climb up after you. Oh my goodness, these guys do not leave me alone. So we've got these four possible actions. Of course, our rune tokens are back and active, so I can choose either of the heroes to go ahead and activate now. We could choose to throw rocks at the bandits. We could return fire with our bow, but we don't have an archery skill across either of our characters, so we can't do that with the second one. We could smash a vial of fire, of alchemical fire on the cliff face, which would be really interesting because that could do something. Do I have alchemy though? That's a question. I don't think I do. So that's not going to be an option. And blast the cliff face with runic magic, which we'd need arcana or runes. So that would be kind of Shirog doing it. I think I'm going to activate Shirog to do this. I'm going to do the blasting the cliff face with runic magic. 3967. So let's write that down. I'm just trying to keep Haggis out of the issue right now. I really don't want him to take any more hits. Alright, so you produce a blasting rune from an interior pocket and you calmly bend the energy within to your will. You extend a phantom limb toward the rocks below. With a clenched fist, impact the cliff face. Stones and earth shatter and fly, showering the climbing bandits with rocky shrapnel. A great cloud of dirt and dust covers the path below, causing the bandits to cough and sputter. Soon the bandits are running from the cloud, retreating into the forest. You have escaped. Whew, we did it. Read entry 999. At least I think we did it. So let's go. I think this is going to take us right to the back of the book, I would assume. So we're going to go right to the back. I think we're out of here finally. Oh, it's about time. Whew. Getting worried there. All right, so as the sun climbs above the trees, you continue your journey toward Dragonholt. At your new elevation, the trees are smaller and further apart, and at some point you have passed an invisible barrier where you are not in a forest so much as a rocky plain with occasional trees. Dragonholt lies below you, and you can see the beacon tower rising above the trees, the sun climbing the sky behind it. You have less than an hour of walking before you. Time passes. This is our last bar of time. At length, you walk through an orchard, the twisted trees heavy with fruit and propped up by weathered boards and poles. Then you find yourself on Dragonholt's main street. That's very cool. So, in order to do this correctly, we're going to have a little bit of a change of theme music here. So just bear with me here because we're definitely going to have to change that up. Now that we've actually entered into Dragonholt, we're going to be into a whole different type of ambient music. Alright. Where are we here? Walking beneath the dueling dragon statues that serve as the closest thing to the city gate, one dragon is carved from black stone, the other from white, and they arch across the street above you, not quite touching. Marvelous, breathes Braxton. Some sort of memorial of the Dragon Wars, says Miriam. This way, she says, and skips down the cobbled street as if she hadn't been awoken in the middle of the night by bandits. You cross a crowded village green that is laid out before a garden shrine with a domed glass ceiling. In front of the shrine stands a marble spire, atop which burns a beacon of fire. Then you pass a building dark with soot and marred with broken windows. Miriam pauses at an intersection and peers down two side streets before nodding vigorously and leading the way south. We'll get a proper breakfast as soon as we find my aunt's inn, she says. It's called the Swan. Does it have the lovely white swan painted on its sign? Asks Braxton. Yes, it does, says Miriam. Then is that it just there? She points and Miriam beams. That's it. Let's go. She rushes off in the fresh burst of energy, leaving you stumbling along behind. When you finally reach the Swan, you find Miriam babbling excitedly to a gnome who looks almost exactly like her, plus 20 years. You must be Miriam's friend, says the older woman. I'm Miriam's aunt, Sapphire. It's good to meet you. She welcomes you inside, and you step down into a blessedly cool, half-sunken common room where a scattering of thick oak tables and sturdy chairs lie beneath rafters strung with herbs and root vegetables. Thick iron lanterns rest on each table, none lit now, and light streams in from a tall window against the south wall. Please have a seat, says your host, and you do. We made it, says Braxton, dropping heavily into the chair that creaks under her weight. I think I could sleep for a week. None of that, says Miriam. We have work to do. Braxton lifts her head and glares. Starting tomorrow, I guess. Let's all take today off. Miriam vanishes into the back room, then appears a few minutes later with a tray rattling with glass bottles of red liquid. Here, she says, and distributes the bottles. It's the least I can do for helping me get here safely. You gain 3 healing points. Item A. Distribute these potions. You gain 3 healing potions. Item A. Distribute these potions amongst yourselves as you choose. Very cool. So we're going to go into our deck here. We're going to grab the A card, which is this one right here. So this is the one we're going to be gaining. And what does it say? Healing potion. The liquid burns your throat like bitter fire, but quickly heals open wounds and broken bones. When you drink this potion, you recover half of your maximum stamina. Whoa, that's crazy. Now, it says here you gain 3 healing potions, item A. Distribute these potions amongst yourselves as you choose. So, I'm going to give, if it's going to heal 3, then I have to think about this. Now, let's actually read the healing point section to understand how this works. So you can carry multiple healing potions, however, there's only 1 copy of the healing potion item card, which should be shared as a reference among all players. Some items, healing potions included, have additional effects listed on the item card. You may drink a potion at any time. To do so, you must have at least 1 potion recorded on your sheet. When you drink a healing potion, reduce the number of healing potions you have by 1, which makes sense, and recover half your maximum stamina. If playing with 2 or more heroes, which is what I'm doing, you can drink a potion only if your activation token is not exhausted. In addition, you may give any number of your potions or other items to another hero at any time. Interesting, but only if your activation token is not exhausted. Drinking a potion or giving your items to another hero does not exhaust your activation token. So it sounds like as long as you have your activation token enabled at any point in time, trading of potions is okay, as well as actually drinking the potion. But at this point in time, we gain 3 of them, so we have to distribute these as we want. So we're going to go into our items section here of our charts and actually decide who's going to get what. Well, I obviously want Haggis to have more of the healing potions than Shirag because he's way further down the track and we need to get him healed up. So I don't know how this is going to work, but inside the city of Dragonholt, I'm not sure how much danger there really is, and I'm also not sure how often we might just gain stamina through good events that could happen in town. So yeah, I could take 2 potions with Haggis and maybe 1 with Shirag and potentially drink both or 1 of them. But what I'm probably going to do is drink just 1. I'm going to give Haggis 2 of these healing potions, and I'm going to give 1 to Shirag. However, as soon as I write that down, I'm going to be using it, basically. So, 1 healing potion. Alright, and we got 2 healing potions over here. So, let's see. So, I mean, automatically we're off the start. Now, we got to continue with what I was currently reading before we decide to actually drink this potion. We'll put this up in the common area for the items that we currently have, which again, reminding you guys, we have a wooden trinket and a healing potion now. So I'm just going to go back to where we were to see if anything else happens, because I don't want to just go ahead and do something. As of right now, it just says distribute these. We have to continue reading the story here. Sapphire returns a moment later with a large tray overflowing with plates of yellow eggs, loaves of dark brown bread, and a tall pitcher of milk. I hope you'll stay at the Swan for as long as you like, she says. No charge, of course, not after what you went through to get my Miriam here safely. Miriam pours everyone a glass of milk. She holds hers aloft and exclaims, "To new roads!" Braxton takes a glass, holds it up, and looks at Miriam to Sapphire and looks from Miriam to Sapphire to you, to new friends. The meal is amazing, and you soon collapse in rooms provided by your generous hosts. You doze through the majority of the day. After dinner, you rest in the common room, chatting idly with Braxton and another patron. Soon, the lack of a good night's sleep is too much, and you retire to your room. You will have to explore Dragonholt on the morrow. You each recover half your maximum stamina. And there you go. That's 100% the reason why you're not going to go ahead and activate your tokens during the middle of an entry. Never do that. Don't jump the gun. Wait till you finish your entry reading, because something like that could end up happening to you. It says you each recover half your maximum stamina. So this is going to put half your maximum stamina. So that's going to be 6. So 6 plus the 1 I already have is going to put me up to 7, because we're recovering half the maximum stamina. Half the maximum stamina for me, my 12 is 6. I already had 1, so now Haggis is at 7. If I come over here to Shirog, half maximum stamina is 6, and I have 8, so I can never go over the maximum, so that puts me at full health with Shirog, which is great, because she doesn't have to even touch her healing potion in the future. That's fantastic. We do still have 2 healing potions over here with Haggis. You each recover 1 skill. Even better. Look at that. So we're going to actually recover a skill. So that means my awareness skill can come back. So I can actually bring that one right back. So actually the fear of losing that is now gone. Thank goodness. And of course I didn't lose anything with Shirog, so she has nothing to worry about there. You each refresh your activation token. So we've got 1 right here. We'll put that there. And then we've got another one over here. We'll flip that over. You each gain 1 experience. I don't think we've had that happen just yet. So this is going to be the first experience point we've ever gotten. So 1 right there. And 1 over here. Alright, that's pretty cool. Let's see what else happens. Your fame increases by 1. Alright, that's even cooler. So we got some more fame, which I'm hoping ends up helping us out at some point in time. Where do we track fame? That's what I'm trying to figure out. We've got items, experience, stamina. Where did we put fame? Was it on the back of this? No. Maybe that was it was a different sheet. It was a party sheet right here. So our story tracking sheet has fame, and we went from 2 and now we are at 3. Awesome. So we're a little bit more well known now, most likely, based on our stories and coming back and telling them in the tavern and stuff. This quest is complete. Read entry 1001 in the Dragonholt Village book. Very cool. So we're just going to put that down just to say that we're moving there. And this is the Dragonholt book for that one. Awesome. So we've completed, and we'll read this earning experience piece now too. So at the end of a quest, or after a particularly harrowing event, an effect might cause you to gain 1 or more experience. Experience is an abstract measure of what you have learned during your adventures. Record the amount of experience you have accrued on your character sheet. You will be able to spend your experience to learn new skills in the future. So there you go. There's an explanation about particular experience gaining. As you or your companions continue your adventures, you will accrue fame. Fame is an abstract measure of how well known you are to the public and how they feel about you as heroes. A high fame indicates that you're well known and well liked by the community. Fame is recorded for the group as a whole on the story tracking sheet, and we covered that, went up to 3. Completing a quest. You have now completed the 2 New Roads quest. You will no longer read entries from this quest book when you complete a quest. An effect will instruct you to read an entry from another quest book. You will continue the story in that one. Just after completing a quest is a great time to take a break. You might wish to stop playing for now and pick up from here at a later date. If so, record the entry number and book you have been directed to on the story tracking sheet so you can pick up from where you left off the next time you play. Alright, so we're going to actually end it right here. This is an absolutely perfect time to stop. It even says so in the book. We're going to take the break right now, and we're going to come back and we'll jump into the very early beginnings of the Dragonholt Village book. So I'm going to give you an idea of essentially what's going to happen inside the town. I am probably going to be cutting this playthrough short of actually leaving the town, but I'll give you a taste essentially of some things going on in the town, maybe some options. I'm assuming we're going to end up taking a look at the map of the town, so that'll be really cool, and you'll understand a little bit about how that works with the game. So we'll do that in the next episode. Hope you guys are enjoying the playthrough so far. Thanks so much for following along and watching, and all the comments and feedback has been phenomenal. If you have never subscribed to the channel, this is the first time you're watching, definitely join us, because there's more to come, and we will be starting up additional playthroughs and showcases now that my most recent one, Fireteam Zero, has recently ended. So we've got room for some more games to come into those slots. And that's very excited, as well as this one to continue at least for one more video. So yeah, hope you guys are enjoying. Give me a thumbs up, share the video if you like, and subscribe if you haven't. I'd love to see you as part of the solo community. Until next time, everyone, thanks again for watching, and keep on rolling solo.